Is this Olympus?
Gosh, it's amazing!
Oh,
Whoa, that's down there!
nope.
Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary as we complete the last of the Olympus arc, so to speak. In any case, we pretty much have a running of the balls here, which is odd, because I thought that was more of a Spanish thing as opposed to Greek, but whatever. Yeah, more fighting, more violence, and now we get to explore the beautiful realm of, well, the Palace of the Gods, essentially. And here's another one of Goofy's abilities, of which there are pretty much, kind of two at present, but again, you do unlock a few more unique abilities to utilize with your partner characters as you progress throughout the game. Donald, as you've probably seen beforehand, has a, flare, similar to the sort of attack he had in Kingdom Hearts 2. And, yeah, Goofy's two things is either Goofy Bombardier, where you pretty much launch him skyward and use him as a projectile bomb, Rocket Bomb, if you will, and the other one that you saw just there was Trinity Guard, where you pretty much just take Goofy's shield and just kind of go bash, bash, and then have a little charge attack. But now we finally get a much more useful ability. Yeah, the Shot Lock. Sora finally gets a taste of, what Aqua, Terra, and Ventus finally get to use, and, yeah, depending on which Keyblade you get to use, that pretty much variances your Shot Locks. Again, you don't need to unlock them as you did in Birth by Sleep. It's now specifically, Keyblade related, so, yeah, pretty good stuff, and, yeah, you are going to be seeing a variety of them, because, I mean, as I mentioned beforehand, with, Keyblades, form changes, and all that sort of thing, yeah, compared to previous Kingdom Hearts games, this time you actually get to switch between Keyblades on the fly. Not that you're going to be seeing it until after this part, but yeah, needless to say, you get a lot of variances in combat, and, well, again, to give the game's combat system its bang for its buck compared to Kingdom Hearts 2, I am going to be doing my best to try and varietize between Keyblades and, moves and such, and, again, really sort of showcase the best that Kingdom Hearts 3 has to offer, because, as I mentioned beforehand, while I still prefer Kingdom Hearts 2 in terms of what it has to offer in terms of, drive forms and stuff like that, I will say that Kingdom Hearts 3 does have a pretty decent combat system that, again, as I'm sure you've probably been seeing so far, for as even basic as Sora is right now, it does still have its, varieties and movesets, and that's just gonna grow exponentially as we continue on throughout the game, so, yeah. Lots of good things are awaiting in the Palace of the Gods. But yeah, to also further talk about this little palatial estate of all the Olympus gods, plotting and scheming and rivaling over one another and doing all sorts of sordid things, well, at least in real Greek mythology, not the sanitized Disney version, yeah, you do actually get to meet a couple of the gods that you see in the Hercules movie, and I believe the TV series as well. Like, I think you get to see Artemis, Hermes, and one or two others that I can't really remember at present, but yeah, you do get a few NPCs to talk to when you return here, after this whole Hades taking over the cosmos plot has been resolved. And, yeah, you also get to talk to, well, Zeus, which is otherwise the most, well, again, I'm not really too sure about any other adaptations, but probably the nicest incarnation of Zeus you'll probably ever see in any rendition of a Greek mythology. I guess with possible exception of, and, good, I'm probably showing my age here a little bit, but, possibly outside of that, old Canadian TV show Class of the Titans, which reimagined Greek gods as, like, high school students and staff faculty. Like, I remember the big twist in that show was that Zeus was, like, this caretaker dude who, like, got really old after he used his powers once. I don't know. Strange show, but, either way, it just sort of goes to show that Zeus can be nice on the odd occasion where he isn't eating his children or turning into animals and, having people fuck a swan, or whatever. I was hoping I wouldn't have to get to this point, but, yeah. Greek myths are, pretty nice and saucy fucked up. I mean, not like, any other religions in the world that are completely safe and happy with, genocide and, incest and molestation. All sorts of fun-filled material that, well, again, if I even monetize these videos to begin with, would get this video demonetized so I lose the cash. I'd lose some dancing and the dining in the hell. But anyway, we also have another attraction flow, Blaster Blaze, which I may have mentioned before, but if not, yeah, basically you have pretty much just have like a first-person shooter style machine gun to blast away your enemies, and of course you have a little power blast by pressing the triangle button, as, yeah, there you go. Yeah, by the way, to kind of talk about the attraction flows in and of themselves in terms of mechanics, again, if you accidentally happen to transform into it when you intend to use something else, you can back out of it by pressing the L1 button, so again, if you happen to, you know, click the stick by accident, you aren't completely forced to stick with it until, you know, the transformation wears out. Again, you just, you know, need to be mindful of your button inputs, but you can actually cycle through all the different commands that you unlock. So, like, I mean, again, if you want to, say you don't want to use the attraction flow, but you want to use, like, Sora's, second form ability, you can pretty much cycle using the L2 button, so yeah, I mean, it does pay to sort of, you know, master the button layout of your, you know, your mechanics and what attacks you really want to use by the time you finish it. It's simply just a matter of, yeah, just being on the ball, really. And I suppose to talk about anything else mechanically while we still have it is that, yes indeed, similar to Aqua House, you could pretty much use the fourth tier of, you know, the different magics in, you know, typical Final Fantasy fashion. Yeah, Sora can also pretty much utilize the next level of magic if he happens to use a certain one. Like, say, for example, you know, you use water magic a fair bit. Again, fill up the bar enough, and then you eventually get access to Watera, even though you don't have Watera yet as a standard ability. So, yeah, you pretty much get the next tier by the time you utilize that magic enough, which, again, does kind of incentivize you to, you know, stick with a certain magical ability to get a next tier of powerful magic, and, yeah. Again, I'm making it sound more overcomplicated than in fact it should be, but again, that's just, you know, one of the little nuances of Kingdom Hearts 3 that just makes its combat system feel, you know, quite fun. And again, like with Aqua, you do eventually get to, you know, the Tsar level of magic as well, so, yeah, 4th tier of magic, pretty damn fun. And of course we have rail sliding minigames, which I kinda suck at here, because I am admittedly incredibly rusty with this, and again, as mentioned beforehand, I'm more used to the rail grinding sections of a, you know, Dream Drop Distance, so that's part of the reason why I'm incredibly rusty and nearly end up dying here. Yeah, and you also don't go anywhere near as fast, and you also don't have that, like, little, you know, teleport zap ability that, you know, you also had in Dream Drop Distance, where you could pretty much teleport strike your enemies, so, yeah.
Whoop-de-doodle.
But that's okay, Xehanort boy sapped Sora of his powers, and it also sapped Solidus-Skully of his, abilities, yes. Even though I also played as Riku in that game, it was good, but, well, I was benefiting off Riku. Yeah. Yeah, but in any case, so, yeah, not really too much else to say in terms of mechanical depth. I mean, again, to refill your focus gauge, which is a... That's all, folks. Porky Pig in Kingdom Hearts. Not gonna happen until Disney buys Warner Brothers in 2027. But yeah, in any case, yeah, you pretty much have refocusers to fill up your, you know, focus gauge, which is pretty much there to be your shotlock, kill me to sugar me do. And, yeah, you know, ethers to refill your magic, you know, potions to refill your health. You already know this, but I'm just pretty much filling in the audience in the cheap seats who probably haven't seen the previous Kingdom Hearts commentaries, or don't know what Kingdom Hearts is at all. In which case, why are you coming in at 3, which is like the end of the saga? It's like watching a Star Wars movie, but starting with Return of the Jedi. Yeah, but in any case, though, not really too much else to say. Except in terms of shotlocks, as you might have seen right there, again, you have pretty much 2 specific tiers. Again, if you get the maximum lock-on threshold, and rather than getting like the multiple shotlock sugar-me-do that Aqua had, yeah, instead Sora pretty much gets like 2 levels of his shotlock to play with here. In this case, you either get Ragnarok if you get a full lock-on chain, or if, you know, you don't get the maximum lock-on chain, you instead get King of Hearts, which is basically where Sora just has like a slightly less powerful shotlock, but, you know, it's 2 different tiers. Again, the differences are a little bit more noticeable when you use different Keyblades, and they do have, you know, again, more obvious power differences and, you know, stylistic portrayals of how he fires them off, but yeah, needless to say, it's, you know, just makes for some fun aesthetic value to really sort of variance up your combat. I guess to kind of talk about anything else, at least to a point that I mentioned earlier, with no real arena combat thing being in the game, which I'm only really mentioning because we have the traditional Olympus fanfare that went with the Arena Coliseum. Yeah. a bit of an odd dock as to why they didn't put that in the game. I guess maybe they got a lot of people's complaints that they were tired of the Olympus Coliseum appearing in pretty much every game save for Dream Drop Distance, so yeah, I guess maybe they thought that nobody was really interested. I mean, it did serve a purpose, mind you. Like, I mean, again, it was very much there for, you know, insert gameplay, replay value, just add here, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it strikes me as something that they could have easily done for the sake of panning out for time or content or whatever, but I mean, maybe not necessarily even with, you know, like, Olympus or whatever, but I don't know, you probably would have thought they would have done it with, like, I don't know, I guess maybe like a Mirage Arena kind of thing, but, whatever. In any case, this is pretty much, in lieu of, you know, the more in-depth flow motion mechanics, where you pretty much zip to and fro using a, you know, shot lock, to pretty much zip up towards certain places, and then go kerblamo! But I completely missed that right there. So, present open! And what do we have for the spoils of war?
Ah, the elixir of life.
But yeah, we're not quite done yet, because I have one last thing to show off with, again, something to sort of pay dividends towards Kingdom Hearts 3's level design, being a little bit more open than the likes of Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1, is that, yeah, go off the beaten path and you can find a few hidden secrets. And I love secrets. But yeah, as we continue to smash up all these lovely ornaments, that's, well, yeah, don't worry, the place that we're going can easily replace them. After all, it is a forge. I just have to remember the Greek god who I think was meant to be like the big forge dude, Hephaestus? I can't remember. I mean, Greek mythology, not my strong suit. But yeah, like, I mean, while you don't really get to see much in the way of, like, livable areas of the gods in a similar vein to what you'd usually see in something like, say, Half-Life or whatever, I don't know, the environments that you do get to explore are nicely detailed, and, again, in terms of variety and what you get to explore, even per world, as I mentioned beforehand, you know, between visiting Thebes and, you know, wherever else, again, it is incredibly nice, and, I mean, again, depending on how people take, like, the more open aspect of Kingdom Hearts as, well, Kingdom Hearts 3's design, really, I don't know, it just makes for a really intriguing, you know, method to explore the world, which I suppose is really more leaning in towards, I guess, interesting. A hidden Mikhail Moose logo. I wonder what that's for. But yeah, needless to say, it does make for a very interesting, you know, level experience. And, again, it's a design that I am wondering if it is going to pay more of a dividends to what we're going to get in Kingdom Hearts 4, since that one seems to be taking the open world concept to a more extreme degree, but, yeah, I suppose for the time being I'll save my Kingdom Hearts 4 tangents for, you know, when we get further into the game good and proper. But yes, indeedy, now we are in Hephaestus' Forge, or Hephaestus, whatever the name is this week. But yeah, we pretty much use our attraction flow as a puzzle mechanic. In this case, what we're trying to do here is that we basically match all these fiery cauldrons to pretty much pour its way into the forge, and then you get an extra shield for Goofy, which is basically the... It's pretty much as a plus variant of his basic shield already, so... Yeah, as soon as we just align things here, then basically Goofy gets a buff to his shield, but yeah, to kind of keep it in consistency with, you know, how I've been running the other Kingdom Hearts playthroughs, I'll only really be showing off Donald and Goofy's additional equipment a little bit later on, but yeah, it's neither here nor there in this case.
The gods themselves have forged a weapon of mass destruction.
So yeah, we're gonna just get the Night Shield Plus. It's pretty and the pank. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that for the time being. Onwards to new adventure. Just as soon as we destroy more lights that give us money. Money, money, money. Go, Sora, teleporting. As we slide across here with no more enemies to embarrass me by nearly dying. There we go. Flow motion teleportation. It's the only way to fly. And there we go, we've pretty much reached the end of it, so it's gonna be boss time, dudes. Let's have a quick save of the game, Mario, and now we can begin.
I swear to you, Hades, when I get out of this...
No, I'm the one giving orders now, Bolt Boy.
Don't get too comfortable, Hades!
Huh? Huh?
We're gonna stop you!
What? Yeah! Get them!
Sora! Donald! Goofy! It's on!
At long last, the Titans. A clash of four... Well, actually, no, technically 3 Titans. And, Donald. Yeah, I mean, I gotta admit, I love both, not only this boss scene, but also fighting against, like, pretty much all 3 of these Titans at the same time. I mean, we already took care of the Earth Titan, which, yeah, I mean, again, I suppose... Yeah, I am pretty happy with how things are set up. We don't need all 4 Titans in there. The Earth Titan got its own pretty unique boss fight in and of itself with a dope-ass Disney train, so I'm fine here, really. But, yeah, for the first time, we actually get to see the Wind and Lava Titan. Again, this is one hell of a boss fight, not only in terms of the overall scope of, you know, just trying to warp your way up to the different boss fights, but, yeah. I mean, with the Ice Titan, we don't really get much else in the way of, like, what it's, you know, already done in Birth by Sleep in Kingdom Hearts 1, but... Yeah, the Lava Titan, pretty cool. Again, it's very hot and heavy, and does sort of go, shooting its lava stream out at us. But yeah, using fire magic probably isn't the best idea against a guy, but... Yeah, in terms of sheer scope, I have no complaints with this boss fight. It is fun as hell, and yeah, the Wind Titan, it's kind of hanging back, just really just sort of existing to just sort of occasionally pip Sora here and there, but yeah, nothing too bad. Oh, by the way, again, if you're left prone on your little, like, a magnet attack thing when you're in second form, yeah, then the Lava Titan and everything else will pretty much just whap you, and then, you know, that thing doesn't fire off, so... Yeah, do be careful if you're facing off against a bunch of enemies and one of them just gets a stray Pippin. But again, the usual benefit of having Magnet in second form when you finally have that little wind-up attack as you saw beforehand with, you know, Sora drawing in enemies, that's meant to attract more small enemies as opposed to anything else, but, yeah. And now we have my least favorite attraction flow. Sora rides pretty horsies. You're pretty much meant to hit it in time with the rhythm, and, yeah, I'm not very good at rhythm games, as Birth by Sleep will attest to with the Ice Cream Beat Mixmaster Mania, so, yeah, I really don't like this attraction flow. Anytime that I get it, I usually just press the triangle button, have it end quickly, and, it does do, like, a little AoE effect attack, which does, you know, pay dividends to, you know, defeating the bosses, but... it's kind of a wee bit pish, to be honest. I'll go! I summon King of Hearts in attack mode! Oh, there we go. Heracles. Spin your partner around and round, smack him into the ground, or at least into lava and ice. Which would, honest to God, be probably one of the most painful experiences Sora can feel right now, because he's burning to death, but he's also... Weird, he's drowning in fire, but burning in ice. But in any case, so, yeah, Lava Titan's down. Yeah, to kind of talk about the... I was going to call him the Blow Titan, but no. The only thing that the Wind Titan's really going to be doing right now is basically just sort of occasionally huffing and puffing and blowing your house down. But, yeah, the only 2 you really need to worry about in this stage is just Ice Titan and, you know, Jabba the Fat over there. Kerblamo! Yeah, but I will say that, I mean, again, it's probably more due to the fact that they have so much going on screen at the moment, but, yeah, the Ice Titan, a complete far cry from what it was in Kingdom Hearts 1, which, I mean, even despite my lackluster performance in that section, still a pretty bullshitty boss fight, but now much more fairer here, so no complaints.
Just 1 Titan left!
We've ascended even higher beyond, and now we pretty much have to hit the wind. Which is funny, I didn't think there was actually a place where you could really hit the wind, I guess except maybe like try and counteract its centrifuge, but I don't know. I mean, and again, there's a part of a reason why you can't go off and beat up a tornado or cyclone or whatever. Whatever. We got a lot of cyclones down here in the land of Australia, the land of the free. And let's just say that with the amount of devastating damage, I truly wish that I could just go in with Keyblade in hand and beat the shit out of it. But yeah, to kind of talk about its boss fight in and of itself, yeah, basically, well, first of all, ready, set, dive, yeah! Yeah, you pretty much launch yourself down into the core, and once you get it down to a certain amount of health, it basically turns into a mixture of, beat up the tornado, and then basically turns into the Devil Doom boss fight from Shadow the Hedgehog, where, again, it's pretty much going to be warping buildings all around you, and, you know, you're pretty much going to get towards the center, beat it up before it warps away, and, yeah, you're utilizing your flow motion abilities to get to getting close, and, bada bing, you do the thing, and even though we don't have any, well, I could have restocked with refocuses to get some shot lock action in, but, yeah, not really too much to worry about. Well, it looks kind of sad there. I almost feel bad for the bloody thing, but, alas, it is not meant to be. See, look, it teleported somewhere else. It's the fucking Devil Doom boss fight from Shadow the Hedgehog. Complete with launching lasers at you. All that's left is for, I don't know, is for Mickey to go, Sora, you're not really an android, I found you when you were sad. And that's not even that far from the truth either, really, because, I mean, replicas do exist in Kingdom Hearts, and there is a data Sora, as Kingdom Hearts Code will attest to, so, yeah, whatever. What am I rambling about? I have no idea. I'm just excited with the euphoria of this boss fight, but either way, this section caps off what is otherwise a fantastic first world introduction to Kingdom Hearts 3. I know I did somewhat spoil this by having the Aqua Prologue first and foremost, but honestly, I still feel like that did still pack a bit of weight behind it, so, yeah. We got the dramatics, we got the fuck yeah, we're back epic adventure intro with Sora. I really have no other complaints about this, so on that note, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time on the Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary, well, we're gonna report back to Master Yensid, and, Sora's gonna be getting some new duds. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Uh-oh, now it's all 4 of them.
So what? There are 4 of us, too.
Actually, I think I can make it 5.
No! Thank you, my boy. Now, watch your old man work!
We did it!
I can't believe it! I put 18 years into that plan and you ruined it! I really don't like you.
Just give it up already. You'll never beat Herc, no matter how many times you try.
Yeah, stay in the underworld where you belong.
You have the time of your afterlife.
Enough already! I did not come this far to be ridiculed by Zeusy High and Mighty, his little sunspot, and a trio of clowns! You know what? I'll just go ahead and destroy you!
Hades! The exit is that way.
Oy vey. Jeez whiz.
Hold on, I almost forgot. That one's for trying to wreck Thebes.
You'll pay for this! I have a very, very long memory. I can still dunk your little nutmeg in a river of death!
Are you sure you want to leave all this behind?
Isn't Olympus your home?
I'm your family.
I can see my family anytime I want. If I stayed, I'd have to be apart from the person I love most. And that life would be empty. I finally know where I belong.
Hercules.
Sora, we never got back to your question. Can I help?
It's okay. I think I'm meant to figure it out for myself. I'll find my strength the way you found yours. Something to fight for, with all my heart. I guess you did have the answer.
Well, you've got heart, Sora. Just keep at it, and I know you'll be stronger than ever.
Yeah, I might even end up stronger than you are.
There he goes again.
Olympus will be right back after these messages.
Sonic Adventure.